So this might be something that somebody would want to modify. You know?
Like please contact Marc Purdue at,
whatever.
Into your email.
Yeah.
You said it sends an email when they what's the methodology for that?
It's PHP. PHP does it.
And how difficult would it be to set up another admin routine? Just send them an email when you want to. Remind them.
Oh, well, it's not written into the code, but Marc's handling it through, that's download into Excel, and then you can grab the IDs of the people who haven't done it and send an email. But, that's a feature we could consider adding. We just haven't yet.
Yeah, also there's something to be said about the supervisor emailing the users and saying, it gets done.
Right. When we, the stuff that Marc showed you about the documentation that gets sent to users, that I had suggested that because Zeke sent that out in Alderman where I work, and I think he was the one who actually sent it, but it started with a cover letter from Madeline, who's our attorney. Like, Madeline says you have to do this, and it's like, oh, okay. I really have to do it.
Right.
And so I had suggested to Marc, maybe you should have your boss send this out, because he's a dean and everything, and like it comes with his voice. I mean, so you could write it all, but like have the voice of authority tell them they have to do it.
About 200.
I don't have any
Library.
I don't know.
500.
Probably a couple of them. Yeah.
Marc, how long have you been running? Since December 6th.
So this is the first time.
And you saw there's 35% declines in that short time. This is the first time that I have sent it was December 6th. It was right before the holidays, so everybody was leaving and stuff like that. And this is also the first time that I sent something out saying we are going to be doing this on a regular basis in order to be in compliance with university policies, and so this is trial run. This is 1.0 of actually hammering on people and saying you really need to do this. So I'm thinking that after my supervisor, the dean, writes back to people and talks to them, that when I do this again in the spring, that we'll probably get better compliance and more quickly. Also more quickly because people have gone through this now. It will be sooner than the last time they did it, which was 2008. And then they won't have so many SSNs, if any, when they do it biannually.
Because they're cleaning it.
They're cleaning it up, and they also will know what to look for, and it'll be a lot more familiar to them.
And the whole case study for doing that, because otherwise you're going desk to desk, or you're just shooting in the dark that if they're even doing it.
What Zeke was doing in the library, which is the thing you think of this, is he would make users email him when they had completed it. Yeah. And I was just thinking, what a pain.
Me too.
Yeah.
For him to have to, read it. Yeah. And I was like, this is so screaming for a self-service application that I could write pretty quickly, and then Marc wouldn't have to keep up with this. He could just tell people you got to do this, and then.
Right, because I'd rather be spending my time doing other things that I need to do, because I was doing it the same way, compiling all these emails and, trying to check off and be sure people have done it. And it's a pain.
And when you're running it on the shared drive, you have it shared folder people's information.
That they scan? Or this system?
Because I scan, we have shared this folder. That's the division, payroll, and stuff like that. They use it on a constant basis, so they have to have Social Security numbers in there, and through the IRS or whatever. Right, and I'll scan those, and I'll say, okay, here's how many I found. I'm going to take them off. Tell me which ones you absolutely use.
Okay, that's a different situation. So where users are required to collect Social Security numbers, they have to have submitted proper forms and gotten approval from our dean or vice VP. And for those, I get a list of all of those users, and I will be setting them up to centrally run a scan of those few machines, because there should be very, very few people that actually have justifiable business reason for having Social Security numbers. And those ones I would scan centrally, and then I would send them a report, and you would scan those much more often.
And exactly, because you can do the approval on the or DP, but also in their hard drive.
Yes.
And that's up local. Everything on a shared drive. He's talking about authentication and and it's limited to certain people. So
you don't really want to be scanning. Like, I don't want to be scanning the image now server that did have Social Security numbers on it, or a centralized system where you do have to have two-factor authentication to connect to it. I'm not going to be scanning that for SSNs because it has SSNs. I know that. What I'm looking for is that somebody has somehow downloaded stuff onto their local machine. So I want those local machines to be absolutely clear of SSNs. I don't want people storing them there at all. Yes.
Yeah. Different subject.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I had servers, we've got the MySQL server there to us. Assuming we had a PHP-enabled web server somewhere, how long to set this up?
So, Molly just set it up in,
30 minutes.
Well, I can set it up in less.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
It just depends on your comfort level with it.
And I don't know if anybody can answer this question. If I didn't have a web server, PHP-enabled web server, how long
to do that? Well,
I don't know. Are you going to set up the web server? I mean, if you don't have, if you've never done that before, it might be kind of
that's quite complicated.
Yeah, and
We're talking about setting up a Linux server and running Apache on it and
PHP. Well, I mean, I've done it on this machine.
so how long did that?
I don't know, probably half a day. But I'm also experienced with doing that. So
you want to be careful about.
But I don't have net badge on here.
You want to be careful about that because you really have to know what you're going to set up an Apache web server securely. Okay, to be sure that other people are not going to, get into it and then use it.
But if
so I would talk to Unix systems people and say, hey, I need some space.
Well, I don't know what they have right now, but that stuff with www people come through.
Yeah.
Then it'll just be available to anybody.
Well, that's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned about SSL. We have a SSL on home directory. So what home directory is an odd regards to data classification. Culturally, there's a lot of privacy associated with those data stores. And so taking moderately sensitive or highly sensitive data that you would want to go ahead and encrypt and putting on someone's home directory, it's a real questionable move. It needs to be more in a departmental phase.
Well, this is not sensitive data.
This is not sensitive data.
Yeah, I know that. I know that it's not. But the whole idea of being able to go ahead and have SSL on, when you were talking about earlier, you're asking me questions. Like Marcus, man, you're saying that we might not want to go down that slippery slope. Right.
No, it's going to be available.
Yeah.
It already is. I mean,
it's not advertising.
It's just not all set up right quite yet. I mean, you get some issues, but anyhow, I do.
It's too
Well, fortunately, I have a programmer that you can try. Maybe in the same boat Molly's in.
What's that? Looking for projects.
Something to bring
right up.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's not all set up quite right. I tried. I really tried. I wanted to show you all how to do this on people, because all of you can have an account there, but it's just not right now.
Yeah, and the key thing is what you would have on people if you're setting up your web page there is files, and there's no